Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inspired with Christopher Williams. I'm Christopher Williams, your navigator and your motivator on your journey to achieving your success and achieving your goals. We have a lot of good stuff packed for you today. Once again, I want to just thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for also investing your time and your energy into the brand and into the show. We're going to do a lot of fun things today, and what we're going to do is we're going to tackle probably some of the tougher part of your business plan. So you're going to hear me reference communicating with me a little bit more this time, because this is a little bit of more of the dreadful part of the business plan. A lot of people don't like talking about this part, but it is necessary, and that is the financial analysis, right? A lot of people don't like talking about this because they get lost in numbers, right? I don't know how much I'm going to need. I don't know what I'm going to need. But that's fine. Like I said, I'm here all the time at your disposal. Reach out to me anytime. Facebook.com/Williams Inc., OneWilliamsEnterprises@gmail.com, and OneWilliamsEnterprises.com. And we will get through this together. I promise I'm not going to leave you by yourself, okay? But I'm going to help you out as best as I can, and we're going to make this thing work. We're not going to let this get in the way of us finishing this business plan, because we started it, so we're going to finish it. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to jump right into that, but also we're going to talk about a little bit of something else, and it's kind of an added bonus for you. You know, I like giving you guys a little extra bit, not only the points of power, but I want to give you a little bit extra to kind of give you a little bit of a competitive edge in your business plan as well. What I want to give you to put in extra with your business plan is something I like to call casualties of the trade. Now, you can call it whatever you want. To me, it just flows better. This is something that you also can put in your strategic summary to go along with the research and the data that you've collected about your industry and what you're doing. But basically, what this is doing, it is kind of giving your investors an idea of another company or a company that's similar to yours that has done what you've done or done what you're trying to do, but didn't necessarily make it. So maybe a company that failed within the last 10, 15 years. And what you want to do is you want to highlight that company just a tad. We're not really selling anybody else, but what we're doing is we're telling them, hey, we've researched the industry. We've saw a lot of great companies. However, we've also saw why some of these things didn't work out. So hence the name casualties of the trade. So what you really want to do, like I said, not only highlight another company, but what you also want to do is highlight why that company didn't make it, and also highlight what you learned from that company's failure. This gives your investor a little bit added bonus into your industry. You got to remember, not all investors are in the industry that you're looking into jumping into. However, they're looking into investing in something great. So what better way to let them know and to, ease their minds of a solid investment, to letting them know, hey, this is a company that did what we're trying to do, but this is why they did not make it, but this is why we will make it. So keep that in mind when you're writing this part. And like I said, it doesn't have to be really long, but you want to include it just to let them know, hey, this is what we found, and this is what we've learned from this company's mistakes, and this is why we won't go down that path. A, because we have you investing in us, and we have you guys helping us out. But also we've learned why they didn't work. We learned what caused them to start going downhill, and we learned what not to do. Ultimately, that's what this whole part of your business plan is doing, is letting them know, hey, we've realized what we can't do, or what won't work, and what won't get us to success, okay? Going back to the financial analysis, it's not too difficult if you keep it simple. That's what I've been harping on from the beginning, is keeping everything simple. And it's not just for your investors, but it's also for yourself. The more you keep everything simple, the more things flow for you, and the easier you can sell it to somebody just off the spur of the whim. And that's what you really want to be able to do. You meet investors everywhere, so you want to be ready at all times. So with your financial analysis, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to highlight a few things. You're going to need to highlight, just a brief understanding of your assets. You want to let your investors know that you are fully aware of the things that you have that work for you. Assets don't have to always be monetary. They can be supplies. They can be equipment. They can be who you have on your team, not just what you have on your team. But you want to let them know of your assets. You also want to let them know of any liabilities that you may have or that you may foresee yourself having going into your business. These things could be maybe bills that you can see kind of becoming, something that's going to be reoccurring. Some companies have other people that are investing their own equipment, and also you have things like depreciation that you could think about. And don't get too afraid of that word. That's not necessarily a bad word. It's just letting them know, hey, how fast these things are going to actually lose value, and at what point are we going to need to probably look into replacing these things instead of just keeping them around because they've already been paid for or whatever. You have to remember that technology is constantly changing. So any business that you have, whether that be social media based or whether that be equipment based, technology is going to keep changing. So things are going to be a lot easier to do what you're currently doing and a lot faster to do them. So you want to make sure that your investors understand that you're fully aware of these things. And one thing that I want to encourage everybody to do, especially when you're writing this business plan and as we're doing this together, is you want to make sure you kind of create your own breakdown of how what's going to go into your business financially, at what point you're going to break even, and at what point you're going to start creating a profit. You also want to make sure that you make it clear of the equity that you have. A lot of times the equipment, the man hours, the people that are going to invest in you, everything that you're bringing to the table with you, a lot of that has value in itself. So you want to make sure that your investors know everything that you're bringing to the table on your end so that they're clear on what you'll need from them on their end. Which leads me into my next point. Always be clear on what you need. One of the main things that you can do and one of the most powerful things you can do in your business plan, especially in your financial analysis, is lay out what you need. Okay? Because at the end of the day, they're really not going to know what you need unless you tell them. So, keep that in mind when you're putting together your financial analysis, even if it means just throwing out a number out there. Sometimes that really is what they want, is to know a number. Most people, especially investors who are willing to invest in you, respect you more when you can throw out a number and stick by that number. It doesn't matter how high the number is or how low the number is. You at least have a number. And that's something that they can physically and tangibly work with. So don't be afraid to throw out a number out there, even if it is a couple $1,000,000. At least they now know what you need. And if they're not willing to invest as much in you, they can at least get close to that number. That way everybody's clear on what can be done and what will be done versus what you still need to get yourself ready for opening day on day one. What we also want to do is try to kind of create yourself your own formula for your own success. Something that kind of breaks down when you're going to break even as far as milestones go. It's no secret most of the time, at least 9 times out of 10, you're going to have at least some type of debt that you're going to accumulate within the first couple months. And that's simply because you're just getting started. It may not be tangible debt that you really owe somebody, but at least it could be something where you're not necessarily on the even keel with your investment. And that's okay, because ultimately everything that you're bringing to the table, everything your investors are willing to invest in you, is going to help you turn a profit. However, these milestones are very important because it gives everybody a time frame. And that's really what you're looking for. You're looking for a time frame of where you're going to start turning a profit. You're looking for a time frame to really start paying off some of those introductory debts, as I like to call them. And you're looking for a time frame in which you're going to hit those milestones with customers coming through the door. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And as a matter of fact, that's what you want to include in your startup summary and also in your financial analysis, because that lets them know, hey, to get this goal or to achieve this milestone, we may need to pump in an extra couple dollars, or it may take us a little bit more investment on our side, or it may take us to do a little bit more marketing. You just never know what that could be unless you're willing to lay everything out on the table. Once you do this, everything should be coming together for you quite well. You're not going to remember everything, but remember, I'm right here, right? So reach out to me, onewilliamsenterprises@gmail.com, facebook.com/WilliamsInc, and onewilliamsenterprises.com. And as a matter of fact, I really don't mind even helping you write this part, because it can be very intricate and it can be very confusing if you get caught up in a lot of the details that you really actually don't know right now. So reach out to me. I'll reach back out to you and we can get together if you want, or I can maybe we can do something virtually through social media, and I can help you highlight some things that'll help you guide you right through it, okay? Because ultimately, we don't want this part to hinder our progress. And some people, believe it or not, let the financials stop them from making that last final pitch at getting that amount of money that they need. whether it's from investors or whether it's from, anybody else who's willing to invest at any given time. So let me know how I can help, and I'll be glad to help you. What we're going to do is tie everything back up. Now, I know if you go back a couple episodes, I know we really talked about the strategic analysis a little bit, and I know we hinted on a little bit of it, and we talked a little bit about it, and I said, well, we're not going to get as much into it because what we wanted to do is we wanted to highlight the executive summary. And if you also remember, I also told you that the executive summary was going to be what we kind of wrote at the end, right? And that's because we've done all this other stuff. So now we're at a point where we should be able to just run off a general idea of who we are, what we're selling, and why we're going to be successful, and why people are going to invest in what we have to offer them. Okay? So keep in mind, if you have your notes from your other sections, just keep in mind a lot of the high points that we hit. For example, from your marketing analysis, keep in mind who we're selling to, right? Keep in mind of where they are. Keep in mind of what they like to do and how much money they have to invest in us. Because remember, they don't have enough money to invest in what we have to provide. We may have to adjust a few things. Also, keep in mind the SWOT analysis, okay? It's very important that we know what we bring to the table and what we're strong in going into this business venture. Also, very important to know what we're weak in, okay? What will we need to work on in the near future before we start hitting that stride that we're all looking for? Look for the opportunities in this process as well, okay? What is something that's a potential success for us? What's going on around us that we can tap into and that can take us to that next level? But also we want to be honest with ourselves and look at the threats. Is there a company not too far away that does what we like to do? Is there a company that's doing what we're doing except they have more manpower or they're able to do it with more capital? These are all things that are going to make sure that you can sell yourself to investors and to anybody else at the spur of the moment. Remember an idea, get a vibe for how our company is going to look. Be able to sell that because people get a connection with things that they can see, whether that's mentally or visually. If I can see it, I have a better understanding of what it's going to look like, what's going to go where it's going to be located. So it's very important that I'm able to kind of visually describe what we're going to look like. Also, give an understanding of how our customers or what our culture is going to be. Every day, this is what we're going to do on a regular basis. This is what's going to keep us successful from the inside out instead of from the outside in. Let them know exactly the culture of your company. Let them know what's going to be unique about your company and why your employees are going to love coming to work each and every day, or at least until they start taking vacation. That happens. You can't fight that. That keeps people happy too. But these are all things that you want to highlight, and also be excited about it. This is your dream coming true. This is your ultimate goal that you're going to finally be able to achieve. So we want to let them know that you're very excited. And regardless if they can invest $1 or whether they can invest $1 million, it's all going to be appreciated because it's all going to help you get to that next level in your business. So these are all great things to remember as you're writing your executive summary. Because ultimately, you got to remember, even though we're writing this last, this is going to be the first thing that they see. So you want all this experience that we've done, all these things that we've been able to accomplish, to be able to flow freely through you, because this is the first thing we're going to show them, right? We're going to hit them right in the face with this and let them know, boom, this is who I am, and this is why you have to join in with me. Not you can, or not you have the opportunity, or you may like to do this, but you have to, because this is what's going to elevate you to the next level as an investor, and this is going to be the greatest thing since, anything as far as business go. So have fun with this. This is a fun process. Don't get so caught up in, this is going to be long, drawn out. I don't want to do this. But keep in mind that regardless of whether it's one investor or whether it's 15 investors, this is yours to keep with you through the lifetime of your business. And also remember this, it could change, right? Business is supposed to change because you're not staying at the same level throughout the lifetime of your business. If your business stayed the same, I would kind of be a little worried because as things get easier to do, they're supposed to get more efficient and effective as well. So one thing I want to also recommend is that you update your business plan at least once a year. When you update your business plan, just remember to kind of go through what the original idea of the business was, but also have a very realistic idea of where the business currently is now. That's going to help you fine-tune exactly who you are and who you want to be next year or 15 years from now. You never know. Once you revise your business plan, you could be in a totally different business than you did when you first started. And that's very important to know as well, because as you're going out and you're constantly looking for people to bring on your ship to kind of get you to the next level, you want to make sure that you paint a vivid picture. If I'm painting you a picture of something that was done last year, you're technically investing in two different companies. And we don't want to confuse anybody. We don't want anybody to feel misled, but we want to make sure that everybody sees that not only is this a company that was started last year or the year before or that started this year, but we've made progress to become who we are today. And that's the picture at the end of the day that you want them to know. Yeah, this company is solid right now. It's going to be a great investment, but next year they're going to be even better. So that's why it's good to revise your business plan every year. And that's also what I like to do as well. So reach out to me if you want. If you already have an existing business plan, great. That's great. I'm excited for you. I'm happy that you're doing that. However, when it comes time for you to revise your business plan, reach out to me so I can help you out. There are some things in it that you may need to fine tune, and there's some things in it that you may need to change. However, sometimes that takes an extra set of eyes. That takes somebody on the outside to look in to tell you, hey, you're doing something a little different now, so you may want to change this, or you may want to reevaluate where all your money goes, or you may want to reevaluate where you're selling. As people change, some of your market may change and live in a different location. Things may change for them, weather, kids, depending on who you're selling to. Sally may be, with 3 kids now, or Jim may have a new job now. So you want to make sure that you capture all that and you can include that in your business plan each and every year. So reach out to me again. I'm always available. onewilliamsenterprises@gmail.com, facebook.com/WilliamsInc, and onewilliamsenterprise.com. I can always look over it for you, or if you like, I can reach out to you via online, and we can definitely make sure we keep everything moving forward, because progress is all about moving forward.
What happens when soldiers come home? Brene Foundation offers hero support to ensure that our heroes abroad can continue to be heroes at home. We link veterans with organizations who are dedicated to guiding the transition from military hero to civilian hero. If you want to find out how you can support our troops at home, please contact the Brene Foundation or visit Brene.com.
Does your son need a more challenging, focused, and encouraging educational environment? Renaissance Christian Academy is an affordable private school for boys located in McDonough, Georgia, with certified teachers that are uniquely equipped to help your son master learning. You're welcome to schedule a tour of our facilities by calling 770-305-9881 or by visiting our website at rcaboysacademy.org. Renaissance Christian Academy, developing young men to be great leaders through Christ-centered learning.
Well, we've got a lot accomplished today. And I know you're going to have a lot of information to take with you to get yourself going throughout the week, and also to keep you going until we come back again, okay? Today's point of power comes from the realm of appreciation. When you're dealing with any kind of business venture or any kind of relationship, appreciation is one of the most important factors that you can have. And the key to appreciation is expect nothing but appreciate everything, okay? One key factor to remember is that not everyone has to do anything for you. But you want to make sure that when they do something for you, that you let them know that you greatly appreciate it and that you value what they've done for you. That'll take you a long way. That'll turn a lot of no's into yeses. Trust me, I've been there. So whenever you're venturing into any kind of business relationship, any kind of business deal, any kind of deal at all, especially personal, let people know that you appreciate them for who they are and for what they can do for you and for what they are doing for you. But if things don't always fall through, it's not the end of the world. Just remember that everything is an opportunity, and everyone a lot of times brings their own opportunities to you. It's not something that you should dwell on, but it's something that if it happens, it's a great benefit. But if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. There's going to be another investor coming your way. There's going to be another potential client coming your way. And that's that opportunity that you capitalize on. And you take every opportunity as another chance to get it right. And you take every opportunity as another chance to show your appreciation. Whether that's personal, whether that's professional, Make sure that every time you come across an opportunity where somebody is willing to either invest in you, whether that be monetary, or whether that even just be something just to kind of give you a little bit of motivation to keep, to get you through your day. Let them know you appreciate it. If I'm known that I'm appreciated for something, that's going to pretty much help me to want to do more for you. And so that's how a lot of things in this world works. If you show appreciation to it, more of it will come to you. So just appreciate what you have and look forward to the next time to get it right. We've accomplished a lot today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I enjoy these times when we get to hang out and we get to fellowship. As they say, iron sharpens iron, so I really enjoy giving you what I know in hopes that you can turn around and relay what you know to somebody else. It may help them along the way. Feel free, again, to reach out to me, onewilliamsenterprises@gmail.com, onewilliamsenterprises.com, and facebook.com/WilliamsInc. And also feel free to watch the other episodes that we've aired as well, www.bizlinks.tv. And just let us know. You never know. I may be able to feature something that you tell me through one of my mediums, and I can feature it on the show. We may be able to do a Q&A panel with something that you tell me. I'm just inspired by you guys as you are by me. So once again, letting you know that I appreciate you for investing your time into me. So until next time, stay inspired.